What's up? Welcome back once more. This will be one of the last workouts before Worlds. Today we're going to do some comp squats, some sub squats, and I think some two-board bench, a little overload, a little bit of rows. And that's what we got on the menu. We'll see how the bench goes. Might get a little heavy. Might not. Who knows? So join us and enjoy.
So
you want to go through all that again?
Yeah, what were you telling me?
My knee's just feeling a little too beat up today. It's a little bit painful in the actual squat itself, which at that point, I'm not going to push it because I don't know what is going on in there. I don't know if it's like something I should be worried about, but if it hurts to squat like 170, I'm just not going to push it. My triple was good. It's not just like throbbing and radiating pain like it has before. It's just in certain ranges of motion, you get a little bit of twist in there. Walking out the squat was actually kind of what I was like, yeah, it's just not going to happen today. So we'll see if I can squat my singles on Saturday, and if not, we'll just lean into the recovery. That's been the plan since this started happening, is like just riding that razor's edge of like, okay, got to keep some stimulus on it, got to stay strong, but can't push it too hard. And also knowing that I'm going to have, 4 extra days off heading into the comp. Anytime I've given this 1 extra day off, it's felt almost perfectly fine the next day. So given that I pulled a bunch of volume yesterday, came in and squatted today, I was kind of expecting it to be a little pissed off. I was hoping I'd get through my SSBs, but if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're especially not going to get through it if you're doing, sets of 4 at 9?
Mm-hmm. And it was going to be like heavy today too. Yeah, it was going to be high effort, heavy shit. So
not worth it.
The good thing though, like last time I was set to do a squat exposure, my knee was really killing me on just my comp squats. My knee felt great today on comp squats. Because my knee hurt me last time, I only went up to 235 for my triple. And today I was able to go 255 and it felt great, moved well, all good. So we're maintaining strength at this sort of peaked level. It feels really good. And yeah, like I said, if I can get singles in, cool. If not, I'm not going to be an idiot. I just have to do as much as I can without making things worse. I've been telling Dylan, or I asked Dylan the other day if he remembers Star Wars Episode 1. And I think at the end of the pod race scene, Anakin's pod racer thing has one blown off engine. There's fire shooting out of it, and he just kind of skids across the finish line. That's how I'm coming into Worlds, baby. See, and it's already a bit better. It was killing me to walk around on, and now it's already better. So probably the best call not to squat. We'll do some 2-board presses, and yeah, we'll come back in Saturday, 2 days from now, and see if we can squat then. So for anybody who's been keeping up, my knee has been kind of the thing this prep. My shoulder was banged up and acting out before nationals, and now it's my knee. I'm still rebuilding the bench from the issues I had heading into nationals. So anyways, they lay the foundation for all the whining I'm about to do about how things didn't go as planned. So came in and actually was pretty happy with squats today, to be honest. Yesterday, hammered out a whole bunch of deadlift volume. Wasn't sure I was gonna be able to do that with the knee. Had to, sort of play smart with the intensity, but got through, my top singles and a bunch of volume and all that stuff. Came in today, knee felt pretty good. So we warmed up, we worked through up to the sort of, baseline triple that I do to start everything off. And the last time I did one of these baseline triples, I was banged up enough that I had to stop at like 235, and it was kind of rough. And it just wasn't really a good sitch. But today I was able to go up to 255. It moved super well. It felt really good. It was nice and light on my back. So really, really promising there. Unfortunately, I went to warm up, kind of re-warm up for my SSB squats, which were supposed to follow that. And my knee was just not having it. Felt really unstable on the walkout. I was getting a little bit of pain. So just put it back, and unfortunately had to call it there with a lower body stimulus. I am supposed to do some singles on my next session on the squat. So I think I'm gonna kind of save it for that. And by the time I got my sleeves off, it was all right, but walking around, just loading and unloading for the SSB, my knee was pretty pissed. So I don't know, it's one of those anomalous things that just kind of is what it is. Bench today was 2 board singles, and those went pretty damn well. The last time I did them, I think I was kind of struggling with like 160-ish, felt way heavier than it should have. And today went way better than that. I was able to work up to 180 for 3 of them. So, just kind of remembering nationals prep where I think I was struggling to do 145, and now we're at 180. So we're making progress. Is it my best? Is it, the best I've ever been? No, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was even last week. So that's all you can ask for. Then finish up with some chest supported rows, which I love that machine. I like rows. I like getting a pump. So that was good. I was telling Dylan earlier, and I think as I kind of related all this to him, I was like, oh, maybe that's a good thing to talk about at the end of the video. But I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of people that watch this and they're like, bro, why do you do this? Like every time you get on the camera, like something's busted, or you're in pain, or you feel like shit, or you don't want to be there. Like, why bother? Why do you do this anymore? Why, I'm 10 years into competing, and it's not as easy to hit PRs as it once was. I think that it can be really important sometimes to ask yourself that question and try to connect with that reason why. Try to think about why you do it, what makes you excited. I coach 2 other lifters who are going to Worlds. Shout outs to Danielle and Lisa if you're watching by chance. And I was having a check-in with Danielle the other day, and I think one of the big things that we've discovered about her training is that she just really freaking enjoys training. Like, she just enjoys going there and doing that and being in the gym and lifting and, all of those things. And I think I'm a lot alike in that sense. So I'll leave that example there and kind of get back to myself. I think that what happens, and especially as we get towards these competitions and we start feeling these external pressures, I do think that putting yourself out there and being an athlete in these big competitions is putting yourself in a bit of a vulnerable position in some cases, right? Like, powerlifting's big enough that there are like people having podcasts and talking about like, ooh, who's gonna perform, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that. And if you don't perform to expectations, then it's, ooh, what happened? Ooh, like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with her? And those kinds of things. And I think at the end of the day, you kind of gotta really disregard that stuff. Because as good as it can be to have this like hype, like, oh, it's this head-to-head battle of the Clash of the Titans and this kind of stuff that a lot of people are trying to do with powerlifting. If you go to the back room of any big high-level meet, you're probably gonna see more people just talking shit and joking around. Joy Namani from the UK is a famous example. of just like she's an absolutely phenomenal, world-class, legendary lifter. She sits in the back and reads a book. It's not like this insane, like, let's go to battle thing. The long story short, what I'm trying to get at here is that at the end of the day, like, we all fell in love with this sport for not only the competition, you know, it's for that sort of pursuit of self-improvement and the social aspect of going in and lifting with your buddies, and the feeling of lifting and exerting yourself and feeling like you've put in work and being a little sore and all that kind of stuff, you know, feeling improvement, feeling like you're competent and capable when you move and those kinds of things. And I think that when we get close to competition, a lot of times it's hard not to let that slip, let that slide, and start thinking about numbers, competitors, you know, who's posting what PRs on social media, and am I making progress fast enough? Should I be pushing harder? You know, and to not get caught up in that. And you know, myself, am definitely guilty of getting caught up in that and trying to keep up with the Joneses, as it were. So anyways, I think that it is very, very important that every so often, if we find ourselves really struggling or really hating or dragging our ass through what we do, ask yourself why you do it, and sit down and have a very honest conversation about the things that initially motivated you to do this thing, and try to reconnect with those things. And that's one of the things that I think I've gotten good at, that's, you know, had me competing at a very high level for, I don't know, 6 of those 10 years now. So I don't know, here's to 6 more. Peace.